What's up guys, this is Cody here, and today we're going to be doing another iOS 10 video, except this video is going to be based solely on the overhaul in iOS 10 to Messages, because Messages got a ton of new features. They really added a whole bunch of features that we've seen in other types of applications like Snapchat or WhatsApp or a whole lot of other messaging applications that a lot of people use, but we really never saw any of these features in the Messages app. And now in iOS 10, that's exactly what we're going to get, and probably a little bit more than a lot of people would have expected. So in this video, I'm just going to be walking you through exactly all the changes that we're going to get in iOS 10. Of course, this is going to be beta 1, so a lot of things could change, some things could be added, some things could be taken away. This is basically to give you an idea of what is to come once iOS 10 is finally released to public. So let's go ahead and jump into the settings here and see exactly everything that we have. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that nice little animation that we just got there, and that is called a slam bubble effect. So there's different types of bubble effects that you can actually add to your messages when you send them, and that one was called Slam. And I'll get into that in just a second. But before we actually get into any of the features, just a little bit of a design change that we have. So we have the picture right up here in the middle, of course with the name, rather than what we normally have, which is just the name. And then down here we have the iMessage little text box over to the right of the screen right here, and on the left we have these three options. So we have the camera, we have what is called, I believe they're calling this Scribble as well. This is kind of like what you would get on the Apple Watch, except now it's built into Messages. Of course, we'll get into that as well. And then you have the app drawer right here. So like I was talking about before, we have bubble effects. So if we go ahead and type anything right here, we'll just say hi. You'll notice that we have a little arrow right here. So if we hold down on this, basically 3D touch, and then you're going to see that we have all these different effects. I say all of them, there's actually only 5, but that was the Slam one that I just showed you. This is the send with loud. So loud is the effect. So if we just tap on that, you can see the animation that we get right here. So if we go to the next bubble effect, we can use I'm sorry for this one because this is a gentle bubble effect, as you can see right here. So we'll go ahead and use that one, and you can see it just kind of eases in that animation, which just looks really good for obviously specific types of text messages. And last but not least, we have invisible ink. So if you wanted to surprise someone with a gender of a baby or whatever else, you can see invisible ink right here. So we'll go ahead and use that one. And you see the way to actually check to see what is said in the invisible ink, you have to swipe it away just like that. So bubble effects are really cool, and hopefully we're going to see more than just these 5. Now, it's not only going to affect the bubbles, but you can affect the entire screen as well. So again, if we just type something out, we'll say hi, we'll 3D press, and then you'll notice right up here we have a screen tab. So you can see we have balloons, and if we swipe across, we have confetti, which looks really cool. Again, swiping again, we have lasers, fireworks, and lastly, we have shooting stars. So my favorite right now is confetti. So we're just gonna go ahead and use that one, and you can see what it does. So I think it just looks really cool, and it adds a whole lot of style and customization to the Messages app. And like I said, hopefully we're going to be seeing more bubble effects and more screen effects before iOS 10 is officially released. So some other things you're going to notice in iOS 10 Messages is that QuickType is supposedly better. Using deep learning, it's actually going to be able to better use contextual answers or suggestions right here for your messages. Now, this is not something that I use. I actually never use QuickType, but if you do, this is going to be a pretty big feature upgrade for you guys. Now, another cool thing is the ability to actually turn on and off read receipts for specific contacts. So all you have to do is tap on that information button, and you can see there's actually a send read receipt right here on a conversation basis or a contact basis. So you can actually send read receipts to specific contacts, but not all of them. So that's a nice feature added to iOS 10 Messages as well. And just to keep the Messages app looking a little bit cleaner and nicer, we actually have rich text links. So you can see if we go ahead and tap or paste in apple.com, if we go ahead and send that off, you'll notice that we actually get a preview of the website right there. So if we go ahead and use 3D touch, you can do that, or you can obviously just tap on it, or you can pop it in and it's going to open up right in Safari for you. Now the next thing you're going to notice here is this little arrow. So if we tap on that arrow, this is when it's going to give us those three options. So of course you can tap on the camera here. This is going to give you a live feed of what's actually behind the camera right now, as you can see right there. Or you can swipe over here and this is going to give you some of your photos as well. But if we swipe over all the way to the right, then you're going to see you can go directly into your photo library or your camera. So this is just basically going to add pictures like you normally would, but it does have a nice little UI design change. Now if we tap right here, this is also really cool. This is going to allow you to draw something and send it off to another person. Now keep in mind this is only going to work with iOS 10 and the recipient has to have iOS 10 as well, as of right now anyway. So you can see right here that we can change the color. So if we just wanted to say hi, it automatically sends once you stop typing or stop drawing, and it sends the whole animation as you draw it. Now you can also change it over to a red if you wanted to send a little heart. So this is obviously the sketch. So if we tapped right here, then you can actually hold down 2 fingers and it's going to give the heartbeat. So you can see once I let go, then it's going to send that. And you can see your heartbeat right there. Now if we force touch right here, let's go ahead and do that. And you can see it's like a fireball or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it is a nice and cool little animation that we have right there. And it sends it twice, so it has to load twice there. But you can see what that looks like. And now if we take 2 fingers, it's kind of an awkward angle, but I'm going to press 2 fingers down and then drag it. Let's see what that does. So that shows the heart beating and then break. So you can tap right here on the little arrow, and this is going to give you the ability to draw something a little bit, or it basically gives you a bigger pad to use. Or you can actually tap right here, and this is going to give you the front-facing camera, as you can see right there. So that's me. If we flip this back around, you can see that you can go to the back-facing camera, you can tap the X, and then you can draw whatever you want to right there. And obviously to send it, you just tap that right there and you're good to go. So hopefully we see some more of these options as well, so we don't have to just do, you know, a heart, force touch, or a kiss. And I actually didn't show you the kiss, so if you do 2 taps of 2 fingers, or 1 tap with 2 fingers, just go like that, and that will give you a little kiss once that loads up. So then if we tap on the app button right here, you can see that we have some stickers. So these are stickers that you can actually put wherever you want to in the message. So for instance, if we wanted to put this little hand, we'll take it, we'll grab it, and then we'll put it over here just kind of in the message. And you can see that it's going to stick right there. Of course, there's going to be a whole lot more stickers than just this. You can't actually search through these right now, so these are the only ones, just kind of black and white and very low quality, but you're going to be able to get really nice stickers that you're going to be able to use once the final release is out. But you can see, you can just kind of stick these anywhere and you'll hear it actually send right there. If you heard that, I was kind of talking over it, but you'll know that they send. Now, another thing that you can do in messages that I haven't seen anybody talk about is the ability to actually reply to, or not necessarily reply, but react to the actual message itself. So for instance, if we just press on this message, you can see that we actually get some options here. So you can hit the little heart, say you like it, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, haha, exclamation point, or a question mark right there. So if we want to give it the heart, just tap on the heart right there, and then it adds a little heart. And it actually has a little nice sound effect as well. So again, if we do this and we let go, you can give it the exclamation point, and it just kind of adds it to the top corner of that message. So you can do that to all the messages as well. So it's basically saying like, yeah, I really like that message that you sent me. That was really nice. Or it was really funny, or, you know, pretty self-explanatory how that works. But you can see as we swipe across, you can see some popular videos or GIFs if you want to send those off. So if we wanted to send one, we'll just use this one, give you the thumbs up right there. So this is basically adding like a Giphy effect to allow you to send those GIFs a whole lot easier. Of course, there's a ton of these, and you can obviously search for different ones as well right here in the search box. Now if we swipe over again, you can see that I'm actually playing a song, so I can share this in line in the messages, and they can actually receive that and play the song within their messages, which is really cool. So if I go ahead and tap on this, you'll see that it sends this off, and you can even add an effect to it if you want to, like a bubble effect or something like that. And then once that sends off, you can see that I actually received it on this device. So I'll show you that I can actually play that in line. So if I just tap on this, so again, this is the first beta, so it's not working very well, but this should go ahead and play the music once you receive this in your messages, which is another cool feature. Now, of course, this isn't just the now playing, this is all recently played music that you can share right here. Again, if we tap right here, this is going to give us basically a larger view. If we wanted a larger view for this, tap the little down arrow to get back to the normal messages look. Now, if we tap right here, this is basically going to give us what we went through earlier, just in a more grid-like style rather than swiping through. So you can tap right here. This is going to open up the music portion. If we tap again right here, we can tap on images. And then right here, we can go to the old school Mac pictures. And then we can actually swipe over to the right, and you can see that these are the recently used messages that we've sent. So again, if we tap on the little arrow, swipe back over here, tap on the arrow, you can see that we have some nice little pre-made drawings right here. So we have awesome, hello, thank you, happy birthday, congratulations, thinking of you, and I'm sorry. So you can tap on one of these. Let's go ahead and tap the arrow down. Again, iOS 10 beta 1. So you can see right here, it says I'm sorry. And then if you wanted to add an effect, again, you can say I'm sorry very gently. So that's going to melt some hearts, guys. And you can see how it actually writes it out rather than just sending the picture of I'm sorry, which is a really nice effect. Now, I'm not sure I'm totally stoked about this next feature that they've added, but they basically made emojis 3 times as big. So if you tap on the emojis here, you can see if we send this one, you can see it's 3 times as big as usual, which, yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'll probably get used to it, but they're definitely a lot bigger than normal. And you can see it actually changed size there. Oh, okay, so when you send more than 4 or more than 3, then it actually changes the size. So there's 3 and 4, it changes the size of them. So that's something to keep in mind. I actually just learned that myself. All right, so here you can see that I've actually already typed out a message, but what we can do now in iOS 10 is quote unquote emojify our message. So basically what we do is type out a message, and then we hit on the emoji icon, and this is going to actually highlight all the words that we can change or substitute with an emoji specific to iOS 10. So you can see if we just tap on pizza, it's actually going to replace it with a pizza emoji. So if we tap on that, pizza emoji. Basketball, of course, is going to be a basketball. Again, pizza, you can say cry. And if you have multiple options, then you can obviously select which one that you want to use. So we're just going to use this one right here, and then think and tacos. So if you use emojis hardcore like this is not something that I normally do. I don't use emojis for words. I just kind of use them for, I guess, emotions or trying to basically give my tone of the message. But if you use them like in your messages like this, then this is going to be really helpful for you. Again, keep in mind that this is the first beta, so we're going to see a lot of changes as well as a lot of additions because a lot of developers are going to be adding to messages in order to allow us to customize what we want to say to that person even more. So I'm really excited to see what type of stickers, what type of animations, and bubble effects that we're actually going to see in iOS 10 messages. So a lot of room for improvement, but this is definitely a huge step in the right direction in my opinion. I really like the messages and everything that you can do with it. But let me know what you guys think of iOS 10 and the Messages app in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you smack that like button. I would really appreciate it. Of course, you guys want to stay up to date with everything Apple as well as everything tech, and I have a lot more of iOS 10 videos coming out as well. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.